Hey guys, it's Melanie. Happy Sunday. I'm used to saying happy Saturday, but you are watching this on Sunday. I hope you're having a good weekend. Typically, I upload my weekly home fragrance roundup on Saturdays, but I decided to switch it up because, I don't know, why not? Let's do things differently sometimes. Yesterday I uploaded my last candle and wax haul of the year. I really don't anticipate picking up much else before the holiday season is over at this point. Yeah, I shared that video yesterday. There are candles in there from Kringle, there's Scentsy in there, there's Bath and Body Works. So if you missed it, I will link that video in the description box down below. Also down below, I will put links to anything that is currently still available. So if you want to know where to buy these things, information will be down there. Okay, bear with me, you guys. I am getting over a cold. So I feel like, I don't know, my head is still like a little like kind of like, you know how when you get sick and you have that sort of like woozy feeling in your head? I feel like I still very much have that, even though I do feel better today than I have in the last several days. So anyway, just bear with me. You guys, let's get into it. What is going in my candle crocks? By the way, sorry about the mess behind me. As you can tell, the transition is happening. I lost my marbles towards the middle of this last week and decided it's time to put up Christmas stuff. It's a long process for me, so this is going to take me like probably over a week to do. Also, just like I did with my fall decor, I am filming pieces of it as I'm putting everything together. And I will be doing a Decorate With Me series for holiday decor as well. But in the meantime, yeah, my house is a disaster right now, you guys. There's a couple of nice areas that I've kind of like finished, and then the rest is just stuff everywhere. So I'm glad you guys can only see like this little tiny like area behind me here. Okay, and my candle crocks. First off, what is a candle crock? If you're new, I'm going to link my Candle Crock 101 video. Once again, open that description box down below. There will be a video that explains the entire concept of candle crocks, what they're used for, what they're good for, how to use them, all that stuff. It's right down there. Also in the description box, I will put a link to my most favorite neutral candle crock that doesn't have any like inspirational quotes or religious sayings on them. I'm pretty picky about my decor tastes, and I do have my candle crocks out in the open, so I'm kind of picky about the way that they look. So the ones that I have found they're good. They're really good actually, and they're very, very neutral. So, but in my candle crock in my kitchen is one of my older cranberry woods, and it just got puny wicks towards like the midpoint, so I was like, into the crock it goes. I do. I have a marshmallow fireside going in my master bedroom and that candle crock as well. So, yeah, I don't have anything in my filming room, however, so. That's it for the candle crocks. Let's talk wax melts. Normally I just go into candles right away, but let's, again, switch it up. Okay, what was I melting this week? I was a little lazy about changing my wax out, but I was doing some Scary Good. I do love Scary Good. This is a really nice pumpkin scent. I still will utilize pumpkin scents like into early November, but I'm really focusing more on like holiday scents at this point. So I have this one in my club. It is that good to me, so I love it. I did some candied cranberry pecan. I only had a couple cubes left of this, so I think I just had this going maybe in my office or something. This one's really good. It's very tart. It also has a lot of sweetness to it. It's kind of intense. I don't think this is out right now. I think I got this last year or the year before, but delightful. Nonetheless, sweet plum pastry. You guys know how I feel about sweet plum pastry. It is in my club, so I'm able to get it, but the only way that you can get it at this point is if it comes back in a Bring Back My Bar, which this one was a Bring Back My Bar. Honey pear cider. Oh, my beloved. I'm kicking myself for not picking this up when they had it on the clearance sale several weeks ago. I wish that I would have put it in my club before it went away. I'm sure it'll be back at some point very soon in a Bring Back My Bar. Fingers crossed. Knock on wood. Scentsy, just bring it back. Why would you take this out of the fall catalog? It's such a classic. It is literally honey, pear, and cider. It's so good. That's all that you smell. And it is delightful. It's so good. The honey note in there is just, it's the perfect sweetness, and it's just warm, and I love it. I love it. Apples and oats. I loved apples and oats. I don't think this came back this year. In fact, I don't think it did. I have it in my club. I love it. Breakfast in bed did come back. Do I have a breakfast in bed? I do. Look. Did this come back? Or am I thinking about one of the other ones? Oh, brain fart. I will be linking my friend Lisa's Scentsy website down below if you don't have a consultant. If you do have a consultant, just go ask them and they'll be able to tell you. But I'll put it down below. Apples and oats. So good. It smells like the most perfect, like which sounds dumb, high-end apple oatmeal. But if you went to like a really nice, like a spa hotel type situation and they brought you like a really like healthy, hearty like oatmeal in the morning, I feel like this is what that oatmeal would smell like. It's just so nice. It's sweet, but it's not cloying. There's like the perfect amount of cinnamon in here, the perfect baked apple note, and you smell like those oats. Like I love the smell of oatmeal, and this is an absolute delight. As is Happy Birthday. Gosh, I love Happy Birthday. I don't know why, like, again, this is another one that I think Scentsy just needs to like put into the catalog to be able to get all the time. In fact, put it in a brick. If they put Happy Birthday in a brick, I would select that brick every day of my life. This is so good. It smells like Funfetti birthday cake. If you need it. Well, you can't get it right now. It was a Bring Back My Bar. It's in my club. Breakfast in bed. This is nice. I have several of these left over from last year. It's really nice. It's kind of a spicy scent. It's a gourmand. It doesn't necessarily smell like pancakes or French toast or anything like that, but it smells like a very nice, generic, spicy, like fall or holiday time breakfast. Maybe some waffles with a little bit of like cinnamon and nutmeg in there, and then some tart, maybe like cranberry jam over top. There's a tartness to this as well. I can't remember all the notes, but it's very interesting. I'm fascinated. I love it. And then, by the way, I'm going to be busting into my Scentsy spiced eggnog brick that I purchased. Oh my God, look at the size of these bricks. So this is a brick. This is a bar. There's a big difference, right? You actually have to cut these in half because they're like huge. If you put a whole one of these into your warmers, it would fill it probably pretty close to the top. And that gets to be a problem because then it can be messy cleaning that wax out. If you're the type that pours the wax out, which I've been doing. How do you get your Scentsy wax out of your warmers? Here's what I do. I have an empty candle jar, which just depends on which one's empty. Sometimes it's a Homeworx, sometimes it's a Bath & Body Works. I pour the wax in there, and then I have like a little piece of paper towel, and I kind of wipe around the little dish and inside and clean the wax out. And once I fill a jar with just the leftover wax, then I pop that in the freezer, and it loosens from the sides, and I pop it out, and then I just throw it in the trash. You can do lots of things with your used Scentsy wax, you guys. You can use it to make pine cone fire starters. So if you have a wood burning fireplace, either inside or outside of your house, or if you have one of those like potbelly stoves or whatever, you can use those in there to get a fire starter, which is great. I know people that make patio candles. I have made patio candles. So you just go buy some wicks and you super glue the wick into the bottom of a jar. You're not supposed to reuse candle jars like this, but I've never had a problem. But I also don't put multiple wicks. I will just put one wick in the middle of like even like a Homeworx jar or something, and then I just burn that out on the patio to have ambiance out there. And it's kind of cool because you've got layers of wax. It's kind of neat. Did I ever do a video about patio candles? I don't think I did. I originally heard about them from my friend Lindsay. Lindsay used to have a YouTube channel. She doesn't do YouTube anymore, and it kind of bums me out because I loved her. Like she's from New York, and she just I still talk to we talk all the time over on Instagram and over on Facebook and stuff, but so I'm still in contact with her, but yeah, I miss her videos because she's from New York, and she's very New York in the way that she talks, in her like mannerisms, and I just love it. It's so different from Oregon. When my husband and I traveled to New York City in 2019 for the Thanksgiving Day Parade, I was just shocked at like how like bold people on the East Coast are. Like, just, I don't want to say rude because I don't think it's rude. I think they're just much more like matter of fact and like, you know, this is how it is and this is how it's going to go, and the end. There's no discussion. It's not like that here. And I think also the friendliness is different because like I feel like people in New York City just don't have time. They're always going somewhere, and like, you know, they don't have time to like smile at people or say hello or how you doing, or, you know, like it's very different. It's a totally different vibe. I loved it. I don't think I could ever live in a big city like that. Portland's pretty small. And yeah, but it's fascinating. I love traveling. I really hope that we can get back to that soon. Corey and I have talked about taking a trip very soon, so I don't know where. I really want to go back to Europe. I don't know why I'm telling you guys this. Ignore me. I'm just venting about the fact that I've been sitting at home for a long time, like all of you. I know. No one's traveling right now. Oh, look, there's more scary good that I did this week. Anyway, I also refilled my little thing with lots of holiday smells. So this is what I use to shop my Scentsy stash. I just put everything that I want for the week or like next couple of weeks into this little container that I got at the Target dollar spot. And then I have this downstairs in my family room, and when it's time to change out wax, I just bust this out and we go through the whole process of doing that. So, okay, you guys, let's do candles. Boop-a-doo. Let's go through more of this TSV from Homeworx. Okay, I finished the raspberry coconut snowball. It burned fine, but again, same complaint that I had about the gourmand candles that I reviewed the week before last from this trio. They just were not consistent in terms of strength and throw. And I do want to address something about Homeworx here in a second. So I ended up canceling my order of a second set of this particular TSV. Homeworx did send me the first set as PR to be able to share it with you guys. The consistency just is not what I'm used to from Homeworx, and so I don't know if these had to be rushed, or I don't know what happened with this particular set, but it just, sometimes I could really smell it pretty decently, and other times I just couldn't smell it at all, and there was just such a vast fluctuation that it's just not what I'm used to with Homeworx personally. So I did cancel my set, which sucks because now I won't get the auto delivery for the spring set, which I was really looking forward to, but what are you gonna do? Anyway, this one I would say was probably the strongest, like, overall out of the three, but I mean, you're gonna want all three to perform, right? So, and you know, anyway, there's that. I did get into the, this is the Festive Wood set, so I burned through two. This one was a little, there was a lot of residue on the side, and you can see at the bottom there, like for the last burn, some of that wax just kind of stuck to the sides. It never completely pooled. This was the Fraser Fir Forest. This was nice. I like this scent, but I'm finding the same like consistency problems in terms of strength and throw. Like sometimes it was a 5 and sometimes it was a 3. That's a big range, and it's also on the lower end of what I'm used to with Homeworx. So I just kind of feel like this TSV, I don't know if something went wrong at the factory or what happened, but it is not, it's just not as good. This one burned okay. I think I might actually be able to get one more burnt. I can see the wick clips, but I think I might be able to light it one more time. This I loved the most out of this festive wood set. This is the Woodland Cranberry, Ripe Cranberry, Red Currants, and Dark Plum, along with Cashmere Woods. You guys, the strength and throw of this was like a 4 throughout. Like, I could smell it when I was burning it and standing within the vicinity of it, but as soon as I got out of like the vicinity of the candle, it just really faded very quickly. So yeah, it's a bummer because this is a nice scent. I hope he brings this one back. But let me address really quickly the Homeworx prices over on QFC. That's a grocery store. QVC. There we go. I don't know what QVC is thinking with some of the pricing that they're putting out, but it's nuts. I will absolutely agree with you guys. The pricing for the duos of candles is like, it jumped dramatically. And I am aware that some of that is definitely due to, you know, there's a lot of issues going on in the world. A lot of factories are not performing at the top of their capabilities in terms of output. I know that it's probably a struggle to get a hold of the raw supplies, the wicks, the wax, the oils. I'm sure there are like struggles with that. There's a whole host of reasons, right? But the price jumps that I've seen on QVC are just, they're kind of crazy. And they're also raising prices on products that are left over from earlier this year and even last year. They're raising the prices on last year's products that I don't think they need to be raising the price on. Like, they should be clearancing them out. Get the stuff out. Like, I don't know why QVC has this thing about like holding on to things for years and years, but like, if somebody doesn't know and they go and buy a candle that's like 3 years old, you know, while I think a lot of my Homeworx candles actually do better the longer I let them sit, I think it's important that people know, like, this is like previous year's stock. Like, you're buying something that's a little bit older, and some people may not want to do that. But based on the pricing, they might think like, oh, this must be a brand new release. It's $63 for a duo of candles. And here's the thing. It's not that I don't think Harry's candles are not worth investing in. He still makes some of my favorite scents. I think it's that it's just such a drastic, very fast price jump. I will continue to purchase the candles, but I'm not going to purchase them in the quantities that I used to. Instead of purchasing like 4 or 5 sets of my favorite scent, I'll purchase 1 set of my favorite scent, review that and enjoy it, and then have to try something different, just because I do have a candle budget that I put in place for myself. And I also, I run this YouTube channel here. It's not my job, but it's a side hobby. But I have to make that worthwhile, right? So I still intend on reviewing the candles and buying them, but I won't buy them in bulk, not at that price point. And a lot of it is also just out of principle. Like, I feel like QVC is price gouging. On Harry's website, he has not changed the pricing of the candles at all. They're still the same price point that they were when they were first released several years ago, and Ulta hasn't changed the price point. You can still get the large jars 2 for $40 at Ulta with free shipping. You cannot get anything 2 for $40 at QVC at all anymore. Like, that is not their price point any longer. It's frustrating, and I totally get it, you guys. And I'm in agreement that what QVC is charging is just getting to be too out there. I love Harry's candles. I love the fragrances he puts out. I love the jars. I love the labels. There's so much that I love about the candles, and the performance. They've always performed pretty well for me, which is why I've continued to purchase them. But yeah, I mean, they are pricing them at almost a luxury brand price point, and I don't consider Homeworx luxury level. I do consider Nest, Diptyque, a lot of other companies like luxury level candles, but Harry didn't market himself as a luxury level candle company. Like he wanted these to be accessible. And I do think that they are starting to get to a point where they are unaccessible to people. And I just don't like that. I want to be able to share these with you guys and have you be able to enjoy them as well. But I totally get if you have to pull back on purchasing, because I get it. I understand. I do. So, and I will be pulling back a little bit as well. So I just wanted to address that because I know that that is a huge topic going around right now. Speaking of Homeworx, I do still have some Homeworx, especially a lot of my tree scents that I ordered earlier in the summer and early fall when they were releasing the candles for this year. So you will still see some Homeworx reviews from me, but I haven't placed an order for anything from QVC. There isn't anything that has like caught my eye. And yeah, it's the price. And I'm at the end of my candle budget for the year, so like it's a hard cutoff for me. All right, Balsam White Birch. Okay, I've been burning this. This is a really nice scent. This reminds me a lot of just his regular white birch that he used to have, but I like it. Or was it white balsam? Oh my gosh, what was it? Was it white birch? Oh gosh, I wish I wasn't sick. Like I can't remember anything right now, you guys. My brain cells are dying. Anyway, this is nice. You will see an in-depth review of this after I've had a chance to burn it a little bit longer, but she's doing really good right now. From the old school Bath & Body Works days, a 2014 Marshmallow Fireside. Isn't that pretty? Look at that label. And look at those mushroom tops. Wow. This one was starting to just go like with black sooty puffs, and so I extinguished that. And I need to trim these wicks. I need to pay a little bit closer attention to it. This one may end up in the candle crock because of that. I had someone leave a funny comment. I was saying that I don't save candles, and then someone was like, but then you pulled out a candle from 2012. And I was like, well, yeah, but that was unburned. When I say like I don't save candles, like see how this one is burned? Like I would never put this back into my backup stash and save it for like next year. Like when I start burning a candle, I finish it. Like that's what I meant by that. But yeah, oh yeah, I have lots of old candles. I'm a little bit, I was, still am, let's face it, a little bit of a candle collector. I certainly burned through a lot of them. You guys have seen my empties, but you know. Also from Bath & Body Works, you will see an in-depth review of this very soon, possibly even tomorrow. I am increasing my candle content days again for like more uploads, potentially on Mondays and Tuesdays. It depends. But white balsam and vanilla. This is really nice. She's been burning pretty good. There's a little bit of schmutz sitting on top of the white wax, which I don't love. And you see that little bit of darkness there. But also, I feel like I let this one burn a little bit longer than the other day than I wanted to. I think I let this burn for like 5 hours, which is too much for a Bath & Body Works. My max burn time for any Bath & Body Works is 3 hours. After 3 hours, they just get sooty and messy, and I'm not here for it. You will see an in-depth review of this either later on today or tomorrow, probably potentially later on today. This is Autumn and Evergreen from Kringle. I really like this scent, you guys. I really like this scent. In fact, so much so that I placed an order and ordered the soy formula, so this style of jar from them. It's really delightful. Stay tuned for the review. I will put a link to Kringle down below. That you do have a discount code with them, so if you guys want to save some money on your Kringle order, I think it's combinable with most of their sales, with the exception of like the buy one get one. So something to keep in mind. But if you want to use the code, it's there for you. It's for 15% off. So feel free. Here's another Kringle candle that I finished, and I did actually, because I really like reusing these Kringle jars, When I reach the very bottom, you'll see an in-depth review of this here soon. I decided to pluck out the wick clips at the bottom because when they're hot, the glue is easier to like get out. So I actually used my wick clipper from Yankee and I stuck it down there and I plucked them up while the wax was still liquid. And then I poured out the last tiny little bit of wax. So there is some schmutz on the side where I poured it out into another candle jar. But you guys, this one burned like a rock star. What is this? I don't think I told you. Christmas cookie dough. This is delicious. Oh man, it's so friggin' good. This scent is heavenly. If you like the smell of sugar cookies, so good. It smells like sugar cookie dough, actually. Oh, the smell is still in there despite no wet. Oh, it's so good. This scent, delightful. Just as delicious as Happy Birthday. Not the same scent, similar, but you know, like that doughy, like, or cake batter in this case. It's just uncooked sugar cookie dough is what this smells like. I do have an in-depth review of it, and I'll talk about the strength and throw in that, but I do want to place an order for more of this, but I'm kind of at the end of my candle budget, so I don't know that I can. But come January, if there is any of this left over on their website, yes, indeedly do. Is that it? Is this the last one? Oh my gosh, we're at the end, you guys. Yay. Thank God. I think I need a nap. Okay, I also have another Kringle. This one I got with the order that I just placed. This was a free gift. This was a very generous free gift that they offered in October. It was a free pumpkin cheesecake. I gotta tell you, when I smelled this on Cold Sniff, I was like, oh, this does not smell like cheesecake. I don't know what this is. It smells kind of perfumey. It's not until after you start burning it that it smells gourmand. It's very interesting, but I don't really think it smells like pumpkin. Shoot. Sorry, I got cut off. I was talking away for a while and then realized, oh, this thing is not filming anymore. Anyway, I haven't decided what this smells like. It's definitely gourmand, but it really isn't pumpkin or cheesecake to my nose. It's the most interesting scent. I like it. I don't love it, but it's very unique. If you got this one as part of your order, as your free gift, let me know what you think about it. I'm fascinated by the scent. It's very, very interesting. All right, you guys, I'm going to cut it off there. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch. There are candle reviews coming up. Stay tuned. Let me know if you have any questions. Check out that description box. Lots of information down there, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.